Okay. I really like Pascal, and if it let me, I would 100% date him. I'm supposed to talk to you. Greetings, your ladyship. Generous Danrock at your service. Alright, there's something with the servitors. What's going on? You see, your ladyship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning as of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. Pascal Hanuman expressed the desire to be present during the inspection, should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of the esteemed Magos may come in handy. Let's go look. Yes, Pascal's coming. Pascal is in mine. Ooh. When her ladyship arrived at the scene, she found the servitors in the same position that they had assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long, spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment her ladyship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at her ladyship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Her ladyship gestured for Pascal to check him out. The engines here primed slowly waded into the motionless ranks of the servitors, peering into their faces and checking the readings. There was no haste in Pascal's actions. With mesmerizing diligence, he inspected every single unit in his path, and binaric prayers were his companions in this investigation. The examination confirmed the technomat's initial hypothesis. The servitors' souls, or rather the souls of the people they once were, had awakened. Not yet fully conscious of their past and present, these half-machines could nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations such as fear and pain. This undesirable consequence of shoddily performed lobotomy is most rarely observed, and yet, for some reason, it had occurred in every single one of the servitors gathered in the bay. Hello? All present held their breath. Disturbed by this sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Let's walk closer. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked her movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and after a moment's thought waved her hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomat, so did the servitors, as if mocking her. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of a hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's hesitation or delay. Like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute, until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. Let's examine them. Hello, good morning. As High Factotum, it was I who had prompted that entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if these mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within their servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. So a giant robot dance party if the rogue trader started dancing? Yeah, right? She starts dancing and they all are like, oh, they start doing it too. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. Her gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half machines and half people. The Lord Captain stepped away. Ah. I don't want to disassemble one. Oh, maybe that would help. A group of technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitor's mechanical parts separated with click, snaps, and hisses. The sutures between its wrinkled pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles abounding with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the technomats concurred the unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I did it for no reason! I should make note of one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. Yeah, because they just watched me fucking disassemble one of them in front of them. I made it worse. Okay, I guess I have to announce a decision. Oh boy. Dispose of them so that their human souls may be released from torment. Send the servitors back to toil as they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues to the crimes of their past lives. Destroy the servitors, for what was happening to them could spell horrific heresy, or just leave them to their work, and this isn't a big deal. We're obviously going to dispose of them so that their human souls may be released from torment. We're going to peacefully let them die. The Lord Captain's command was executed post-haste. All defective units were incinerated in furnaces, and their remains were expelled into the void. The crew was provided with replacement servitors and soon forgot all about the destroyed unit's peculiarities, yet this incident haunts my memories to this day. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from her mission. Heretic? I feel like they are not using the words dogmatic and iconoclast correctly, because all of the dogmatic options have nothing to do with, like, being a staunch supporter of religion. They're just, it's more like in that situation, the dogmatic answer was to put them back to work because they hadn't served their crimes. And I'm like, I think they're trying to make it religious, but what it actually is more like authoritarian versus, like, I don't know. They're trying to use religious terminology, but that's not what dogmatic means. Like, those descriptors bother me. It is, but, like, there was nothing in that decision that had anything to do with, like, what the Emperor would have wanted. Or, like, anything had to do with, like, you know, the rules of their religion. And putting them back to work is a danger to everyone on board. Because they were, like, the whole reason we were having that conversation, I don't know if you missed it, was that they were messing up and breaking things. And so they pulled all the servitors that were, like, messing up and breaking things because they were a hazard to the ship. So to say, go back to work, like, they're dangerous. So in no matter the situation, sending them back to work was not going to be an option, at least to me. But the dogmatic answer was saying, no, they must go back to work. And I'm like, that doesn't... It doesn't feel like it's a dogmatic answer when what you're doing is putting, like, I don't know, the severity of the justice system above, like, your, the safety and, like, of your whole entire ship and crew. I feel like we need to come talk to the witch at some point. If I can find her. She is down here? You seem to have a very strong reaction to what Argenta said by the broken lens.
It was just my nerves playing up. Something about our little saint doesn't sit right with me, and I trust my gut. Oh sure, she seems straight as an arrow and as predictable as a hangover after drinking. But when I look at her, something about her makes my brain itch. After that conversation, I tried to listen to what was being said about her. Beyond the door, what I heard was strange. Blood in her past, twilight in her present, and something like a star leading her. But where is it leading her? I saw several roads, and all of them frightened me.
Bye-bye, Sniper. I hope you have a wonderful sleepy times. Maybe we should warn her?
Oh yeah, you go ahead and tell her the wicked Psyker has divined something about her. She'll be so pleased and grateful, and of course she'll listen to what you have to say. No, that would be pointless. And anyway, I'm not even sure what it all means. Maybe the danger is to her? Or maybe the danger's coming from her.
Adira's voice is full of animosity, but you also detect concern, even a hint of pity and compassion.
Hobbs VT wanted to see them tits.
Hello!
Smile.
Hi, Hobbs. I'd like to hear your augury. What awaits me in the future? I'm a psyker, I can tell my own damn future.
Alright, let's hear what they're whispering about you. Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained.
Ah, your emote finally updated! I am collecting you all. I am collecting you guys like Pokemon. Here's the other ones I have collected. I made one for Andre too. Did you buy plastic knives from Amazon? make sure I saw what I saw. And I got a letter from the Train Valley Post. I got mail. Welcome back, Melcurios.
A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his mistress? Or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord?
Hello, Dragoon Wolf. Does your Dragoon in your name have anything to do with the old PlayStation game Legend of Dragoon?
The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
Things are strained between you and Argenta.
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head. Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Well, let's go bother Argenta. Last time we just started raining off on her quest. We didn't actually, like, talk to her.
Greetings. About me. I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
How'd you end up on this ship?
I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the cultist attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded.
Tappy.
Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship,
Tappy.
where crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I had barely recovered from my wounds when the cultists struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
What happened to the people who wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more. And it's bound to happen someday.
Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
We could go there and deal with them.
The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared. As you wish.
I want more party members. We have not met. Like, I glanced briefly at the list of names of companions that you can romance, and I didn't recognize, like, any of them. So, we clearly have more companions to go find. Where's my map? This is where we currently are. Oh, that's the place that Pascal wanted to go. Let's go. We'll cover the landing area, your ladyship. Glory to my dynasty thing.
The whispers told me how.
Judging by the dead people's equipment, they were the same wardens the governor... Okay. They always just take these away. Don't let me actually look at them. So it's the ones the governor sent, I'm assuming. Lay people unworthy of entering the hallowed Cenobium humbly said their prayers next to this computational altar.
Triumphant as
The pieces
always.
are molten at the edges. The statues were likely blasted by a barrage from a turret. Who knows what that said? Oh, it does show up here. The type found on landing force shuttles. I don't know what that means. This is the Cenobium, whatever that means. But yes, it is very pretty. The binaric ham awakens the gate's latching mechanism.
I tread a path unexplored.
Electrodynamic Cenobium. That's where we are. So, like, I get that they use human bodies and, like, human minds to, like, be their computers. Okay, that makes sense. Why they have skulls. But why do they have just giant imagery of skulls everywhere? Like, that thing is huge. That is not someone's actual face. That is not a human skull. These are just like decorations. The heretics were killed swiftly and ruthlessly. They never had time to reach for their weapons. So the reason we're here... Oh.
To the current of the motive force. May its dulcet light shine in our nospheric coronas. May its vitality nourish our augments. May its purity wash over our imperatives and engrams.
As far as I am aware, the monastery supplies power to several major hive cities on Rykad. Hidden somewhere in the depths of this building is a reactor of monstrous, unfathomable power.
Okay.
Embrace true power.
The reason we were here, though, is that Pascal wanted to come here. there was, like, something happened in here, and somebody else who was a tech priest with a very similar name to him had been here and sent a message, that Pascal thought was supposed to be for him. And it was about, like, something about a circle. And I don't understand it. But we're here to investigate that. A mercifully quick electric shock was not what killed this cultist. His face was contorted in pain as if he was tortured.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
You note that the wire junctions are often marked with the symbol of a key that appears to connect two lines. There are no wounds on this heretic's body, but his face is contorted in terror and his eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels. Oh.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last electro priest you killed, where did you find him?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the Corpse Emperor!
And another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
Who is this? Do we know him? Heinrichs. The tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A forced sword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. Aha! Interrogator von Calyx, I presume.
Yes. Well, since you know who I am, and are in no hurry to kill me, I infer that you serve the Emperor, not his enemies. Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrichs van Kellox of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Shadow. A great big sun-eclipsing, chain-weaving shadow. I can see the threads, myriads of them extending toward us all, and all of them creeping off toward him like snakes, shrouding us in poison. My, oh my, do I sense trouble, and it's right in my throat. It itches.
A puff of black smoke comes out of her mouth and dissipates at once.
A psyker. Interesting. And a diviner at that. Even more interesting. Are you sanctioned?
Don't you Inquisition me! I'm under the Rogue Trader's protection!
Adira is a member of my personal retinue and is under my protection.
Your retinue, you say? Then let's go back to my previous question. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Rogue Trader Jaylee von Valancius.
Von Valancius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
I see you take no end of pleasure in your job. I barely introduced myself and I'm already being grilled. Nah. Theodora is dead. She was slain in battle by enemies of humanity.
The news is lamentable. My condolences. And I presume the heir to the sacred warrant of trade and the lofty title of Rogue Trader is none other than yourself. Well then, what precisely has brought you to the sanctum of the Omnissiah?
Point to the corpse. What'd you do to him?
I convinced him to cooperate. I can influence living bodies. And I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins.
Sightseeing? Hold on, I have to send this one to my boyfriend too. I'm here to collect you. I am under orders from the Lord Inquisitor to offer any assistance you may require, after which I am to provide you safe passage to footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You're addressing a rogue trader.
I kind of feel like Abelard is like our dad. He he just follows us around and like yells at people if they treat us bad.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
Alright, girls, you're both pretty.
I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions. Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion.
Hype man.
Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the special efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted final dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
The tech priest's visor flashes and turns a bloody scarlet. A soft hum of some activating systems is heard from under his robe. As Heinrich van Kalox speaks, you suddenly notice the way he is looking at you, with his eyes slightly narrowed as if he is peering into your soul, a soul that is touched by the gift of sorcery. The change in your expression does not escape the interrogator's notice, and you see the corner of his mouth twitch. He must have instantly recognized a fellow psyker. Things activating under his robe, eh? He already showed us he revealed his sacred stigmata, aka where his, like, mechanical and fleshy bits meet. He revealed it to us. That's what he called it. Hold on. Yeah, he called it his sacred stigmata. He reverently parted the robes on his chest. You see emaciated white meat gnawed through by metallic shunts and flexible wires. Blood runs through transparent pipes enriched with the nutrients required by the pallid flesh. That phrasing was impoverished. I just read to you, I took a screenshot of it because I was asking my boyfriend about the lore and things. But yeah, that's literally what he called it. Precisely what are you doing at the monastery?
I arrived here with an escort squad, only to lose it in our very first open skirmish. The monastery is swarming with heretics. The soldiers I requisitioned from the governor fell in battle, bled to death, or deserted. I had to make do with catching and forcefully interrogating individual rebels. It is from them that I learned what I relayed to you just now.
I see. I can help you with Aurora. Let's join forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the electro priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall, near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the Electro-priests treat with special piety.
The Circular Cogitator. Alrighty. Let's go find us some priests. Oh, is he in my party? What does he do? He's a warrior. Eternal glory. Hymns of hatred. Okay. Do we have anything that you would want? Officer archetype abilities. Who has... Does anyone have... Oh wait, he does, doesn't he? Isn't he an officer? How do I see that?
I am at your service.
How do I see what you are? Character. Warrior, operative, soldier. We don't have any officers. We don't have any. I mean, it says that he's an officer, but... What are the other types? Can I not just see all of them? Oh, 2 archetypes. No? Can we just look at them? Apparently we can't just look at them. Fine. Well, then I don't know who would want this. I'll just give it to you because you don't have a cloak. And the wearer must fall unconscious. Can be equipped where? To your back? Okay. Another person who can't use medicine. I'm here to loot your cultists. The hard, uncomfortable Somno meditation bed is equipped with neural ports to connect the sleeper to the monastery's cogitator network. No, not him. Not him.
Your seneschal is always there for you.
We have way better people than you to do this.
Predictable.
Well, that was exciting. Instead of torturing people, buddy, did you think to push buttons? Just curious. A symbol for the Omnissiah is inscribed on the wall with grooves of electric discharge fanning out from it like a river.
Look no further.
Is this safe?
Your struggles are in vain.
Come to chaos.
We've been ambushed? Oh. Hi. I guess that means we don't get to pick where we are. We just gotta go.
Chaos guides me. Chaos guides me.
Did you know that chaos guides them?
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
But not by much.
Why did you shoot him?
Death to the weak. Out of my way.
Freeing? Chaos is not very
Amidst the
relaxing.
carnage, I find
It's
purpose.
it's not very cozy.
Death shall reign.
Death cannot.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. Running dynamic override.
Can you reach back there? Ah, that's a no.
Not this Scryer's job. No can do. Will do. Farewell.
Oh! 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 Okay, that's not a good place to be. Ah! Okay. So we don't want to be here.
I will triumph.
Psh. So does it hurt you if you move?
Ravage and conquer.
Yes, it does.
That's nothing worse.
I gave him like sniper things. Oh, he's supposed to have it. Okay, so if you can't even see him. So that means he has exploits on him. So if I do this, then you should frickin' hit him. There you go. How do I make this thing stop doing this?
That is not my destiny. Cover me.
I need a foothold.
Because when they move, it's not good.
But of course, Lord Captain, for the throne's glory.
I'd rather not. Follow my lead. Let's patch you up.
Your assistance is much appreciated.
Victory is imminent. One fewer target. It will be done.
So now it's on
Will be swift.
that side. So after I put him over there, it started hitting him over there. That's really annoying. I don't like it. Who are we still fighting? Just one dude way back here in the back? Can we line of sight him?
Through chaos I stride.
So like if I friggin' leave, will he just come get me?
I know what is to come.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Sow the seeds of discord.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Will you now? Okay. Ugh! Where'd he come from?
The Emperor is on our side.
He came from the chaos, apparently.
Let's see to it. I won't object to it.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
I won't go down.
That works.
A tactically sound approach.
Will that guy come out of there? Or are we gonna have to go hunt his ass down? Ay. Okay. Honestly, I think you three should just stay here. Because it's gonna turn on the one near us first.
Everyone, step aside.
I wish he had a sprint button.
I'll see our foes obliterated. I need a foothold. No.
Oh wait, he has a gun? Can I undo his turn? I guess not.
My place is at the fore.
He has a gun too, technically. But, that ain't gonna reach him.
I will do my duty.
Well, he can try.
Indeed.
Scorn the pain.
Okay, so this one is going to turn on next.
Get me a target. For the beacon.
Ugh! So are these...
The Emperor sets my path.
Where's Pascal? Pascal, I need you to fix this. I need you to turn these stupid things off. They were...
I'm not injured. Christ!
Okay.
Let's proceed.
Will you fix yourself, please?
Injuries will not slow me.
Okay.
I'm at
Y'all,
your service.
this is like the most annoying thing. Will you just...
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Just, you two, like, sprint to the end of this.
Tread carefully, rogue trader.
Ugh. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, everybody. Okay. Don't you get near that thing. And then this one's gonna turn on. So start running.
The opportunity.
Run. Run! Ugh! Okay. Now that everybody is like half dead. Why are you crying?
The premonition runs true.
Why are you upset?
What advice do you seek? Careful now.
Both of you are super hurt. And I don't think I have that many medkits. Oh, maybe I do.
The healing is much appreciated. Field medicine at its finest.
Alright. You have a fresh injury and 2 traumas that we can only get rid of on the bridge. This is irritating. Choose a special ability? Why is this the only one that's available to me? Oh. Oh! Okay. I don't like this special ability. Ba, 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 ba. The bodies of careless cultists have been thoroughly fried by an arc of the motive force.
The world will bow.
Isn't that what they call electricity? Oh, cutscene. I should have waited until ads are over. I'm sorry. I will wait. I will wait until the ads are fully finished.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice. You are my next offering.
Okay, everybody should be back from ads by now, so hello. A crowd of cultists has surrounded a tech priest crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper, repeated by 100 voices, blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine, causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally and forcing woeful cries of pain from his lips. Is the motive force just electricity? Is the motive force just electricity? Ask my Warhammer people. The tech priest's hoarse voice echoes under the ceiling. In the clenched claws of stagnation, in the shackles of iteration zero, under the iron wing, let the cycle be discontinued. Pascal's mechadendrites spring into combat mode instantly, and a wrathful rattle comes from his vox. I am registering a severe violation of the Purity Protocol. The blessed Amarnet has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. We can use the blasphemer's clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and thus cleansing the hall of heretics. The lightning discharges have charred the cultist corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from their empty eye sockets, whose contents have evaporated. Their clothes, covered in the blood of innocents, are crudely painted over with emblems of the archenemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. I shudder with disgust at the mere thought of having to touch clothing adorned with unholy symbols, let alone wear it. This is the first step towards falling, a small compromise with evil that will lead to something greater. Is there truly no other way, rogue trader? Girl, it's gonna be alright. The signs of the archenemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will, the words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coats of arms, even deceitfully worn. All this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you and draws their corrupting attention to you. Oh, it does. What is the essence of your plan? Uttering a litany of actuation for the power units from the Luminodeacons command throne will direct the motive force created by the blessed reactor in the hall. The distribution servitor is keeping its output within the set parameters, but upon receiving an order to increase its to peak values, it will turn this place into an electric trap. So we have to hit 3 of them? The safety systems protecting the hall is controlled from the machine altar, which must be disabled. If all these operations are performed, I can guarantee that not a single blasphemer will survive the omniscient's wrath that will be unleashed upon this place. Okay, but this is very, Andre! Rest in peace, controller. Oh no! Oh no! Was there a loss? Did your controller break? Zappo! Hello. Did we lose someone? Andre, did we lose a controller? I have blown the jump button out of the controller, so that's... Are you just mashing it so hard that it just broke finally? Aw, I'm sorry. Is that something you can fix, or do you have to get like a whole new controller? We have met who is so far my favorite character in the game, Pascal, the tech priest guy, and we went to go do the thing he wanted to do, and now we're having a big decision moment to decide whether to go with his plan or not. Yeah, I keep choosing options that are the iconoclast route because they're usually the like pragmatic options that actually like save people's lives. As opposed to the other options, which tend to be like, ah ha ha, let's kill everyone, and like, let's kill just the heretics, but also kill everyone. I don't know. The options tend to be terrible. Being pragmatic in 40k. I have no faith in the Emperor. I do not. The Emperor didn't want to be a god and didn't think he was a god, so, you know. Isn't it truly following the Emperor's true will to not revere him as a god? I love the tech priest stuff, though. I really, really like the tech priest stuff. I feel like if I was in the Warhammer universe and I wasn't going to just be an Ogryn's backpack, that I would probably want to be a tech priest. I find their whole thing very, very cool. You realize this plan sounds like suicide. A sound similar to a laugh escapes this box. I wish we could hear that. The statement is true. Then what do you propose? To flee? I have tried to employ this behavioral strategy in the past, and it brought my soul no relief. We have 3 psychers with us, one of whom is especially unstable. So, putting on these like symbols and stuff that make bad things come near us is probably a bad idea. This whole idea sounds like a bad idea. But given the way they're setting it up, I'm assuming if we choose to kill them, which is both the dogmatic and heretical choices we can do, is to kill everyone, it's probably going to lead to the guy dying, and I don't want him to die because I love Pascal, and Pascal loves the guy that is being hurt. It is his mentor. So, okay, we're putting on the robes, we're doing cultist things. Which will piss off the sister of battle, but I'm pretty sure she hates me just because I am a psyker. I pray that the Omnissiah gives the blessed Amernat enough fortitude. Alright. Time passed. 5 whole minutes to change. Considering some of us are wearing full, like, armor, I feel like that would take longer than 5 minutes. The heretic's garb clings to your skin like a greedy leech, tingling in foul fever spread over your body as though these tatters have imbibed the vile contents of their former wearers' souls. Commit sabotage. Oh, I thought that said commit sacrilege. Order the distribution servitor to raise the out peak to peak values. Yes. Okay, thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I know what we have to do. She shouldn't hate you for that. Every other decision you have made on the other hand. Alrighty.
I tread a path unexplored.
Okay, so we have to come over here. Alright. Okay. Let's split up.
I'm listening.
He needs to come do this.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
We'll have you two. We clicked on this and I don't know why. Can you two do this? A grim-looking heretic walks up to you resolutely, blocking your path. As he studies your disguise with suspicion, you note that his left eye has 2 conjoined irises, while his right eye has 4. I don't know you. Why are you... Who are you and why haven't I met you before? Perhaps the Master has blinded your eyes to trifle so that you may behold what is true. May our Master blind you too, sister. It's not yet ready. Okay. Okay. It's not ready yet.
Whispers crazy.
Sins hidden in the heart turn.
I've seen a lot of innocent people. I've yet to see someone remain so after an interrogation.
Join me in
That
prayer.
means you're... That's not how... That's not... Okay. Whatever. Okay. Do this part. A heavy crown of golden neural augmentics rests upon... He is very good at interrogating the servitor's head. The crown is bent and broken from ruthless gun butt blows. The pale body is covered in blasphemous inscriptions. I identified this acolyte as a distribution servitor. I am registering upon it traces of sacrilegious violation of the right of operation. The probability of its responsiveness to commands is below average. Conduct a restart ceremony. For the glory of the Omnissiah, let this machine spirit sleep, that it may awaken and serve again. Let the outer neural connection circuit be plunged in darkness. Let the command response hub fall silent. Thank you for the head pads! Pascal switches to binaric speech, accompanying his every action with a line from a sacred hymn. It is amazing how the reverent awe in the tech priest's voice can be discerned even through his rattling box. I really like him. Suddenly, every light on the servitor's crown comes alive. A shower of sparks bursts, he says, ready to serve. Energize the hall's power units to maximum. It will be done. Okay. Now is it ready for this? No. Okay. Yes, yes. Pascal, come do this part. The altar is adorned with gilded skulls. Yeah. I identified this as the safety system control altar. For our diversion to succeed, this blessed machine must be executed, and may its spirit forgive us. Forgive us, honored machine spirit. We are obliged to interrupt your work. Pascal offers a short binaric prayer, then enters command after command to set up a trap for the machine spirit inhabiting the altar. The code born out of the tech priest tinkering causes the spirit to flutter confusedly in a snare of impossible commands, heat up the altar circuit boards, and perish forever in the shadow of sparks that burst forth in melting wires. I think I like using souls for any sort of practical use, whether it's magical or like technological or whatever, is something that I like very much love in fiction. So like the ceremonies that are done to like put the souls inside the machines to rest and stuff, I'm like 100,000% interested in. May we be granted the Omnissiah's forgiveness for this act. I am registering a general shutdown of the security system. Okay, so now third part.
Look no further.
A tech priest corpse, his throat slit, sits upon a splendid command throne laced with finely wrought motive force paths. Andre, is motive force just technology or just electricity? Is the motive force electricity? Because they haven't explained that. There's no like hover over motive force to explain it. A contorted expression of righteous anger is frozen on his face. A black blindfold covers his eyes. This is the Luminodeacon's command throne. This is where the power unit actuation and shutdown litanies are recited from. The blessed Luminodeacon himself has the honor of closing the circuit the motive force flows through. I'm not sure how much help you're allowed. What? I just wanted to know if motive force is electricity. Because they keep talking about, like, the motive force. And I'm like, is it just electricity? Because usually there's, like, a hover, like, thing to explain what a term means, but there has been none for the motive force. Which is why Kingmaker kind of flopped. I almost want to... You mentioned it, and I felt my blood, like, rising. Like, I want to pause and then rant about how much I hated the Kingmaker game. I think I wrote a very angry review of it on Steam. I am about to be greatly honored or else thoroughly charred, maybe both. Yeah, I'm doing it. Not Pascal. I saved Pascal. As soon as you lay your hands on the command throne's panels, a painful sting of electricity numbs your senses for an instant. Your fingers cramp and your vision grows dim.
Laughable.
Pain is visible in the tech priest's eyes as he looks upon the sacrilege. Forgive us, Omnissiah, for such a gross violation of the right of operation. Repeat the litany after me and activate the command runes I point to. Locomotion, engineer, power plant related. Yeah, okay. Droll does whatever rap is. Did it do the, miss, 20 points of damage, miss, 15 damage, miss, because that drove me insane in frickin' Pathfinder game, Kingmaker. Ugh. I was just like, what is this? I learned that the way to make that stop, which is what other games have, is a karmic dice system, which is like, every time that you miss, you have a better chance of doing it the next time. That way you don't end up missing 16 times in a row. You'll miss like twice, and then it'll like stack like that you'll do better. Maybe it's a setting that I just didn't know how to turn on, because listen, my very first quest in that stupid game was to get berries from a bush. And we almost party wiped trying to pick berries off a bush because all my people kept failing the roll check to pick berries and kept taking damage. Yes! We all literally almost died! No, and then, just to the bush! Just to the berry bush, okay? We finally got the berries, and then I was like, what's around this corner? And like, we healed everybody. I look around the corner, and then I see the swarms of spiders that apparently you can't kill unless you have fire, and none of my people had like a fire ability, and I didn't learn till later you can throw torches at them. But, so, I was like, what the hell? And it was just like, and plus, the like spiders that were like level 12, and I'm like level 2, and I'm like, why is this in the very, very first thing that you can do here? This is like beginner quest. So I decided to try to leave, and I took all my people and we ran to the door, and it turns out you can't leave. You're in combat, you can't leave an area. You can't run away. Who made this game? Who makes a game where a berry bush can almost kill you? Around the corner there's things 5 times your freaking like skill level that can also kill you, that can't be killed with any weapons. You have to like fire them, and then won't even let you like escape combat. Who made this game? Who made this game? Anyways, back to committing sacrilege. Clinging onto the blazing shreds of your fading consciousness, you repeat the words of the litany after Pascal and touch the command runes as the unabating lightning rips through your muscles and makes your bones crackle. I am recording a successful activation of the power units. But, like, are my people okay? Are we all good? In the cycles of the foreordained, there lurks a flaw of worship. The text priest's body convulses. Pained, plaintive creaks of binaric prayers come from his box. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pascal studies the tech piece face carefully. His box system moans in a tragic vibrato. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Amarnat. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? It's gonna be another version of his name. I betcha. Who are you, servant of the Omnissiah? The fire of hearth sent forth sparks. The name of this spark is Abel Hanuman. Yeah, this is the guy. The tech priest looks over at Pascal. For a brief moment, his speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What design? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Reich and Minoris? What for? I categorically demand an answer! The delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he is saying. No. He came because of himself. Myself? To redeem myself? To correct a mistake? Possibly. But how do you... There's a look of gentle condescension in Abel's eyes, strange given the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. A devastating cough that cuts him off, and you hear a clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. Owie. What design? An intention both bold and honorable, to open new gates for the waters of knowledge and comprehension, a plan written so that the righteous may follow. And trust in the great pattern of revelation and uniform progression toward it. Pascal's voice is trembling with elation. Those are his words. I have not heard them in so very long. Look, you can talk once we get him out of here. Which, of course, means he's gonna die. A cold premonition rakes the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening. Brother, I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Pascal is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguents staining his sleeves. His vox rasps soothingly. Do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here. If we try to take him down, I feel like he's gonna die. Let's examine. There are deep burns all over his flesh, and the skin around his augmentix is charred. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It is amazing how robust this tech priest's life support systems have proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in this grievously wounded body. Okay, let's try to take him down. He's gonna, like, immediately die. As soon as you touch the tech priest's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze to you and says, with sudden clarity, many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive. In the darkness, I hear their prayers. Find them, save them. Recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration so that you may behold what is hidden. And then he dies. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymns is the entrance password to the Electro Priest hiding place. Pascal responds with the dour rhythms of a containment aria. I note with great sorrow that the cultist ritual has been partially successful. My tech brother has been tainted by corruption. He is in the grip of a schismatical, a unholy imitation of a machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the Texorcism protocol. What is the Texorcism protocol? What is a schismatical? What are half the words you're saying? An ugly mockery of a noble machine spirit created by the warp. Sometimes a few lines of despicable scrap code or a small clump of the motive force falls under the archenemy's influence and degenerates into an abomination of this sort, one whose very existence is an insult to the Omnissiah's wisdom. Like, there's no saving him. So, allowing him, you know, to die before he's taken over by some monster is, like, the best thing to do. Let the tainted be eradicated. Jeez. We could have done that in a better way. As mangled as it is, the tech priest's body still clings to life. It takes several blows to end his corruption-tainted existence, but even after that, a repulsive giggle is heard over the static from his vox. Lord! Pascal's mechadendrite touches the dead man's head carefully, grips his neural augmetic in its claw, and extracts it from its socket with the utmost care. The skull bone cracks dryly, and brain matter taints the sacred metal. Rest in purity, Tech Brother. The knowledge you have attained through your efforts will be preserved and purified. Lord Captain, the Omnissiah commands a pious mind to strive toward uncovering the truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to this servant of the machine god. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engine seer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation. You're already part of my group, bro. I already made you engineer. Like, I don't know why you're asking me this now.
Guide my strikes true against the heretics who've encroached upon these halls. Let not one villain escape the God Emperor's retribution delivered by our hands.
Ma'am, they're already dead. Like, we pretty much wiped the floor with them. I don't know if there's like a vendor somewhere that I can sell all this random crap to that I'm taking off people's bodies.
Nothing escapes my sight.
Except for the traps that you walk through when you're trying to disarm other traps. But okay.
The machine god grants me insight.
Data altar of sacred analysis. Pilgrim, only the words of the first galvanic hymn will reveal to you the gifts hidden behind the veil of knowledge. Now chant with me. Let us sing this canticle to Pascal. It is not known to me. Only high-ranking servants at shrines of energetic prosperity are permitted to perform the first galvanic hymn. Emperor, help us all. The esteemed Magos has been caught out not knowing a prayer, and now he's floundering like a cadet in an exam. I never thought I'd see the day. Verse 2 calls to you, Pilgrim. Let us fill our souls with gratitude toward... Now finish this prayer. May the unity of the sacred charges power... Only one who has learned the path of our Cenobium is worthy of its gifts. So am I supposed to go puzzle this out? Hi. You shall be purified by the motive force, blasphemer. We're on your side.
Messiah, give me the power to eradicate thy enemies.
What? Aren't we on your side?
The Emperor is on our side. But of course, Lord Captain.
That wasn't enough to kill you? As much as I love Pascal, I don't understand how to use him in combat.
Cogitation fails. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Rude.
Focus, Van Calyx. Focus.
Be gone.
Purpose guides me. What a satisfying demise.
More of them.
Just a minor setback. It's reduced to dust.
Really?
Victory is imminent.
Faith without deeds is
Miss! Miss!
Your reckoning is due.
Binary override. Insignificant value.
On what an unfortunate turn of fate.
The circular cogitator, the Electro Priest's hiding place must be nearby. Oh, is that what that thing is? I mean, it is round. The machine altar accepts the contract circuit. Okay, bye.
Intriguing.
I feel like I level up a lot. Which I'm not really complaining about, but like, I have to do this a lot. Hey guys!
Embrace true power.
How y'all doing? Dar Impulse the Sixth, a shortish muscular man wearing the scarlet colors of the priesthood of Mars steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheeks and forehead point to his propensity for frequent outbursts of fierce anger, but right now he is showing no signs of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos, or electoos, show through his bluish tinted skin. Electoos? That's so dumb. Who named that? A tight bandage covers the man's eyes, yet he turns his face straight towards you with no hesitation. He has a sharp, screeching voice, not unlike a bird's cawing. May the charge of the Omnissiah's mercy persist in the hands of the faithful! May the motive force persist in their batteries. Make the sign of the Aquila the Emperor protects another blind heretic. To battle! I, rogue trader J. von Valencius, declare this monastery to be under my protection. The motive force brought you here at the right time, pilgrim! The hallowed Electrodynamic Cenobium receives you, pilgrim. I am Dar Impulse VI, a servant of the motive force and the praetor electroid of this sacred monastery. Pascal bows down humbly before the man. A trill of binaric signals comes from his box, to which the praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. Pascal turns to you and says, "The rank of praetor electroid is a sign of high standing within the electro priest fraternity. To have been granted an audience is a great honor. You have the honor of hosting the rogue trader of House von Valencius. I urge you to follow proper etiquette when interacting with the eminent bearer of the sacred warrant." Within these walls, worldly titles are nothing before the motive force. Your deeds, however, speak far louder than titles, for your path here is sprayed with the blood of desecrators. It was you, was it not, that Logus Abel came seeking an interpretation of his data trance? Why are you calling me a pilgrim? Kingster Gaming? Oh my. Well, welcome. Ooh. Dar Impulse the Sixth, it was to you, was it not, that Logus Abel came seeking an interpretation of his data trance? Yes, Tech Brother Abel arrived here to engage in a magnetic meditation that would help clarify his visions. Unfortunately, the heretic's machinations prevented us from completing the ritual. The esteemed Logus volunteered to help in defending the monastery, but contact with him was lost soon afterwards. In case anyone is like, why the hell are you making him sound like that? I just want to again reiterate that they said he has a sharp, screeching voice, not unlike a bird's cawing. This is a lore-accurate voice. Tell me more about Logus Abel. We did not speak much to each other. He preferred to devote his time to solitary reflections in his chapel. The Omnissiah has given Tech Brother Abel a gift of great insight, which allows him to discern each individual facet of existence rather than the overall view. This makes his logic different from that of other people. His mind has always been able to combine facts and conclusions into harmonious wholes that were nothing short of beautiful. Many among my flock found his sermons poetic. What kinds of visions was he receiving? The Omnissiah's revelation was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my ability, but a single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within. Or, more exactly, the secret design, which was how Tech Brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him traces of some grand silence that he wished to comprehend. Well, he's dead now. Sad news indeed. Tech Brother Abel was chosen by the Omnissiah to be a comprehender of great mysteries. May his spirit's motive force come into being anew in the font of the miraculous fusion reactor. Wow, okay. What happened here, and how did you manage to survive? When the heretics descended in droves upon the Cenobium, we gave battle, but the unholy foes buried the Omnissiah's warriors under a mass of their bodies, thus extinguishing the defenders' spark of purity. It was then that I ordered my few surviving brethren to retreat into the monastery's secret chambers. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in surreptitious ways. Alas, as fiery as my brethren's anger was, I had no right to permit them to die in honest combat, for the task of taking back our abode still lay ahead for us. I must commend the skill with which your secret chambers are concealed. You hear a tinge of wounded pride in Heinrich's words, as if he is upset about failing to discover the Electro-Priest's shelter. Your choice of tactics was wise as well. There was no point in losing more lives in the massacre than the cultist wrought. The leader of the heretics fought her way into the Ark, wherein dwells the miraculous fusion reactor. She is trying to desecrate the rite of operation with her unholy litany so that the relic may be corrupted and the world of Rykid Minoris may perish in a font of fire. But my brethren and their magnetic meditation are hampering her efforts by chanting access request prayers in unison, thereby suppressing the commands that the blasphemes enter. So, he's DDoSing it. The priests are DDoSing this, like, big server so that she can't get her, like, evil hacks in. Hi, Winslow! Hello, hello, hello. This holy place will be protected against sacrilegious practices, I swear it. In the monastery, I was attacked by people who looked like electro-priests. That is a lamentable mistake. We knew of no help that was on its way, and we were not expecting to encounter any allies in the monastery's chambers. But I see that you are alive, and I mourn the senseless deaths of my brethren. I wonder if you would have so touchingly mourned the Lord Captain's death, if such sentiments would have only been awoken by the sound of our void ship delivering a punitive strike from orbit. Calm down, Abelard. Calm down. It's gonna be alright. My enforcers and the governor's guards can help you reclaim the monastery. I cannot allow this. Lay people are forbidden from visiting the monastery, and only a few select are allowed to behold the Ark and the relic within. You and your retinue are pilgrims of a special status bestowed by the Emperor. However, should any soldier unblessed by the Omnissiah cross this monastery's threshold, I will deem them a heretic and have them put to death. Y'all are so extreme. Confirmed. The presence of lay people on monastery grounds within the Praetor Electroid's blessing will be regarded as a sacrilegious violation of the holy rite of operation. Heinrich opens his mouth for a second to say something, but changes his mind and quietly clears his throat instead. Oh sure, better to die protecting their lumens and coils than to accept health from unworthies. And we're left to deal with this mess as usual. Okay. I have questions about it, but I don't want to bother everyone with my wanting to know the lore. Truth is like light, and blocking its path is criminal. He nods majestically. I don't want to know about that, though. Okay. I wish to get to the holy reactor. Oh, alright. You just gotta open the door. Cool. The Ark is hidden from pilgrims' eyes, but considering the extraordinary circumstances of your visit to this monastery, I grant you that right. The hall that leads to the High Reliquary has been barred by the enemy, but I will open a secret path for you. Enter the Ark and experience the motive force, pilgrim. We will pray to the security systems that they may refrain from punishing you for your intrusion. Oh, requires dogmatic follower. I'm being blocked out of things. I must press on. May the charge of the Omnissiah's grace persist in the batteries of the faithful. We're watching Jaylee become more heretical by the minute. Ugh. I just wanted to see y'all. But okay, I guess I don't get to. Jeez. Okay, okay. My gosh. What will they do if I just, like, loot their shit right in front of them? Nothing, apparently.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Hello? Hello? Is this the sacred reactor? Ooh. Behold, the sacred reactor. And Aurora, the lady who made all the people on the other planet into like a cult. All the same in the eyes of the Emperor. The face of the woman who stands before you is hidden behind a grotesque, barred mask. Yet the voice pouring out beneath it belongs to someone else. It is the husky, somber bass of a void wolf, a boarder of ships. See, I want a hover for void wolf. What the hell does that mean? The husky, somber bass. How predictable your path is. How static. All the possible deaths you have skirted, only to perish here in the fiery tempest that will mark the final dawn. We should have saved before we came in here. Can we save? Can we we can't save. This is the final showdown. I should have saved. The woman turns her mask to Pascal and gloats. You have arrived just in time, little cog. The schismaticals use your regalia like a mask to subdue the reactor. A cog. I cannot comprehend why apostates try to insult me by comparing me to the sacred symbol of our faith. It is irrational. His visor lights up like a crimson herald of bloodshed, and his drilling mechanodendrite whirs viciously as it readies to strike. The sacred cog grinds all corruption to dust. From the dust I will build order. I like him. I have to save. Wait, no. Give me back my screenshot. Screenshot. Thank you. Pascal announced my arrival. What? What a talented enemy. Can you do the governor's voice? Step away from the sacred reactor, and I might allow you to surrender. Surrender? The gall of it. You are chained to the falsehood of a dead god's religion. Oh, the Emperor. Captives do not take captives. The woman's voice breaks and shifts to a different pitch and timbre, a martyr's voice, young, fervent, and in pain. Time has all but run out. I can hear the fist of the future knocking on the door of the present. Choose quickly what you want to be when it walks in. A blind slave to what is gone, a faithful servant of what is to come, or a corpse. I would take some time to rescue the details of the future that the cult prophesies. Hopefully, when we're done, what's left of you will still be capable of coherent speech. What you'll be is a living torch blazing for his glory. Ow. You know, the more we ask dumb questions, the longer she has to do whatever the hell she's doing over there, so... Enough! I'ma kill y'all! I'ma whoop your ass. The woman's voice becomes thin and brittle like that of an innocent child. Execute them in the name of the Edge of Daybreak. The Electro Priests rip their hands off the command panels, rending their flesh on the stakes that pierced them. What? Their hands were staked to the command panels? As their schismatical controlled bodies are imbued with the motive force's radiance, all the unfortunates can do is scream in horror and plead for a swift death. Aurora begins muttering an unholy litany in broken Gothic. You cannot make out her blasphemous words, but the name the heretic keeps repeating, the Edge of Daybreak, digs into your hearing like a blade into defenseless flesh. Its sound is almost physically painful. It spawns strange and impossible phantoms in your mind. However, you manage to muster your strength and banish it from your mind. Oh, anticlimactic.
resistance is naught but ashes.
Surrender to the dark powers!
So... Oh! Rounds until the reactor explodes. 2. Okay. So... Are we trying to kill her? Because she is not even targetable. I mean, like, when I mouse over all these other ones, they have, like, health. She does not. Where's our fancy shield? That's what I want to know. Man, I should have saved. All right.
Rejoice in battle.
Like, what am I supposed to shoot at?
I'll do it.
There's no health. There's no way to, like... Should we be running? Like, am I... Should I run? Killing all her minions isn't gonna do anything. I'm just not sure how we're supposed to win this.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Like, is that doing anything? I don't think it is.
Chaos guides me. Chaos.
Your efforts amuse me.
Anything else?
Do not.
Not this Greyer's job. I'm not so sure. No can do. Not this Greyer's job.
Seriously?
There is movement in the Empyrean. Will do. Be gone. I'm not so sure.
I won't waste my time on that. I need no guidance.
I don't understand how I'm supposed to, what I'm supposed to do.
Purpose guides me.
Just kill people and
A blood-soaked tribute.
hope? Oh, just survive? But then it's gonna explode.
I'm not interested. Follow my lead. At your back, took care of this one. Someone else can do this. That's not the Seneschal's job. I'm not interested.
Fine.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use. Let's seize it. feel the power surging. Everyone, step aside. Now be gone.
Awesome.
Let's see. I'm done with this one. But of course, Lord Captain.
Explorers know one route. Forward. My competencies are not that universal. The script of prognosis is favorable. My vow is to serve.
Are you guys done pew-pewing me?
I'll do it.
Then why aren't you doing it?
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Go down easy.
Anything at that way. I will not stoop to this.
What a satisfying demise.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Someone else can do this.
Too far.
It will be done. I will do my duty. For von Valancius! A tactically sound approach. It will one fewer target. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. And you're back and reduced to dust.
I need a foothold. Let's see to it. I want it to be gone. The Emperor is on our side.
He has way too much. He's
Not
way too
thank you
strong.
to do this.
Oh! I didn't realize an hour had passed. It is time to pause. We are back. So I noticed, it now says rounds until reactor explodes 5. Either I couldn't read earlier and thought I saw 2 when I saw 5, or we are making it longer the more people we kill. Which means I slightly regret leaving my biggest, strongest, badass lady up here. Because she's a little bit useless.
The road take you.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Yeah, she can't really reach anything
They
either.
who discern the future on the battlefield.
Nah, the boys have got this.
Follow my lead.
Rounds until reactor explodes 4.
It one fewer target.
Now it's up to 5.
Indeed. I took care of this one.
You're next,
Victory
buddy.
is imminent.
Get me a target. I'm done with this one. But of course, Lord Captain.
Can he not charge as well? Eh. Gosh dang it.
I won't object to it.
Now that bar is not even here anymore. Abelard, get him!
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Bam! These meet up in this back? No. You got 2 left.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use. Now, your reckoning is due.
And charge this one.
Let's see to it. I'm done with this one.
Enough! Now an aged, rattling voice speaks to you from behind the blood-stained mask. You are powerless to halt the approach of what is to come. I see a crimson trail leading humanity to its doom. The Cicatrix Maledictum, a huge warp storm stretching across the galaxy, the result of a catastrophic rift in real space. I see the glow of the final dawn, and that means existence has made its choice. A dagger flashes in Aurora's hand. She drives it into the control panel with all her strength. Now you will see it too! If this whole machine can be destroyed with one dagger, it's a bad machine. A blinding voltaic arc bursts forth from the broken control panel and strikes at Aurora's uncanny mask. Its metal heats up. Smoke billows through the bars. With a howl, the cultist collapsed. Her face got cooked. The light is gone. What is that? The final dawn? But why was it so different from what our teacher promised? Aurora shakes her head blindly. Her voice is now the voice of an ordinary middle-aged woman, frightened and in pain. You will pay for this! You... The woman's body goes limp and collapses to the floor. Her iron mask hits the ground with a dull thud. Pascal examines the corpse with contempt, then concludes dryly, confirming purgation and termination. Heinrich grimaces in disgust. The heretic took her secrets with her. Pity. Stretch! Ugh. A minute, please, Jaylee. I need no more than a minute. Inspect the control panel damaged by Aurora. The cogitator is probably well beyond repair, but your attention is drawn away from the sacred machine and toward the dagger sticking out of the control panel. On closer inspection, it turns out to be the lavishly decorated handguard of a sword whose blade has been pried out. Huh? Its pommel is decorated with a strange ornament resembling an eye covered by a scaled lid. What remains of the blade has a blue sheen to it, the same tint as Kunrad's weapon during the mutiny on your Boyd ship. So, it's not a dagger, it's like just the handle of a sword? That's weird. This is no human-made object. It was grown from wraith bone, a material favored by the Aeldari. Are these the frog wizards? Hold on. Are these the frog wizards? I ask of my Warhammer loving boyfriend. He told us a story of the frog wizards and how they were like the original like gods of people, and then there were like this race of people that had cancer, and they were like, will you cure our cancer? And the frog wizards were like, no. And then they were like, and because you asked, you now become mummies forever. And that is a bad rendition of his dumbed down rendition of Warhammer lore. Frog wizards versus the mummies. As you lean over the shard, you suddenly hear a multitude of voices. They blend together and individual words are distorted as though they are mocking your attempts to grasp their meaning. The nagging whisper is like the burning red scratch of an unholy claw upon your mind. What is this little switchy? You will... Oh! We can take it. We can take the sword. Throwing it into the reactor seems like a bad idea. Heinrich, is this what you're looking for? He raises his head, gets up, makes a wry face as he carefully examines the weapon. This unholy object is the work of inhuman hands, and judging by the cold I am sensing, it is a tool of the archenemy. I am most grateful for your vigilance. He takes the strange shard out of the control panel and studies it for a few seconds. Curious, he stows the corrupted object away and turns to you. Rogue Trader, on behalf of the Holy Ordos, I thank you for your cooperation and release you from requisition. From this moment on, I am at your service. I am ready to come aboard your ship and head for football as soon as you deem it possible. That is, if you do not have any other business in the system, in which case I am prepared to assist you in its prompt resolution. Remove Aurora's mask. The iron helmet is firmly attached to the heretic's flesh. Her face is impossible to make out in the darkness behind the bars of her mask, but after peering at it for a little longer than necessary, you wonder if, for a moment, you saw something move. Gross. Let us finish cleansing the monastery, Pascal. Executing. Let the Omnissiah given motive force flow, and all obstacles in its path be eradicated. Loot her! A blasphemous prism and gauntlets. All attacks of opportunity deal an additional agility bonus damage. Nobody lives long enough to have a any of that. Should we just super max out your tech use? What is this? Here, you take these. Would you like a bomb? Sure. I don't know if we... Like... Is there a vendor? Well, Rogue Trader, is there a vendor? There are multiple vendors. There are merchants and vendors, which are apparently different. But, like, where? They're apparently tied to factions, so, like, aren't you the vendor? One would think. I came in that door, I think. No. Is this just...
Do you see that?
Please!
The world will bow.
The hallowed electrodynamic cerebrium greets its savior. Is that all y'all have to say to me? Oh, okay. Are we done? Because there's like a whole bunch of other rooms.
Powers unseen uncover my
On the
path.
maladies of machine spirits and ways of diagnostic divination. See, I would love to read that book. This is the main room that used to be full of corpses. Yeah, I think I mean, there's some loot we didn't get, but... To the outside. Yes. Just, yeah, give me all the things. Back to our ship. Hello, little ship. Why does our ship have an American flag on it? Oh wait, it doesn't. Never mind. That really does kind of look like one, though. Just saying. The Warhammer boyfriend says that the Eldari are also known as the Eldar, the space elves. And I'm like, so they're not the frog wizards.
Rogue Trader. I was somewhat brusque at our first meeting, and I would like to make up for it by expressing my thanks for your assistance in the Electrodynamic Cenobium. Your arrival could not have come at a better time.
Oh, I know.
Thanks to you, I have succeeded in finding the object that brought me to this system in the first place. Now that the weapon of corruption has been seized from the cult, I can satisfy the Lord Inquisitor's wish and travel with you to Footfall, once you have finished your business on Rycat.
Of which we apparently have a bunch, so...
There is one more thing. The Lord Inquisitor gave me this item some time ago. He must have thought it likely that I would find myself aboard this vessel sooner than he. I was instructed to deliver this device to Lady Theodora. However, given recent events, I believe I ought to present it to you. This is an elucidator, a sacred machine capable of translating the languages of remote and lost worlds into Low Gothic. It can even process Xenos languages to a certain degree. Not without infelicities, but possibly well.
Be honest, is this some kind of tracking device?
Certainly not. The Elucidator is
What?
such a rare
Who was that?
and complex creation of the Omnissiah that neither I nor any of my colleagues would dream of compromising its integrity. If you wish, have your tech priests confirm that there are no listening devices inside.
I got a gift jump scare. The gift ambush. Thank you. Thank you for present. It doesn't tell me what it is. Or I didn't catch it fast enough. Was there a little picture or something? I has gift. Surprise gift gifted by Anonymous. It's hidden. I can't see what it is. Is it just gonna like show up in my house? Is it secret gift? I have a secret present. No, cause Throne doesn't work like that. With Steam, if you buy something like a game on Steam through Throne, it like has to give me the money and then I go buy the thing, cause it doesn't directly connect to Steam. Mystery. Okay, I'm excited. Okay, we go back to this. Heinrichs cuts you at a glance, one which you suddenly realize is charged with a strange, almost personal interest before deferentially averting his gaze. Oh!
Apologies in advance if I unknowingly violate the protocol for conversing with someone of your elevated status. I think a slip in composure is to be expected when one is hosted personally in the Lord Captain's study.
I think he is a romanceable option. Conversing with you is no less disconcerting for me, frickin' Inquisitor.
After serving in the Holy Ordos all these years, I'm used to people being wary of me.
I'm not unnerved by your status, but by you personally, that's so offensive. A little more and my pious trepidation will turn into something much less seemly? Is this a flirty option? I can't tell. This one feels rude. And then this one's bland, so I'm gonna do this one.
I will let your remark go unanswered until evidence arises to confirm my suspicions about your reasons for making it.
That is the most Sherlock Holmes response to somebody hitting on you. I got an achievement that said I started a romance. Admit it, you did not come here to shower me with thanks and give me the Elucidator.
Why would you... That is exactly why I came. And I do believe I've already taken up too much of your time. Under other circumstances, I would have requested a more in-depth conversation, but you have other matters to attend to.
It said he somewhat hurriedly adjusted his jacket. Heinrichs is about to say something else when he's interrupted by the sound of a box signal. Someone is trying to contact you.
Thank you for your time. Please consider me at your complete disposal while I am aboard your vessel.
Oh, is that so? My complete disposal, huh? He's not the one who has the stigmata. That's Pascal, my true love. I like this girl too, actually. Congratulations on the victory, your ladyship. The entire vessel was impatiently awaiting the news of your expedition's success. The rumors about you not simply saving the Tech Priest Monastery, but actually eliminating the source of the mutiny are spreading like wildfire. The Vox transmissions from across the world speak of nothing else. We bonded over both being Voidborn. Governor Medina is waiting for you in the command center to discuss matters, but I ask you to delay the visit and turn your gaze to the Navis Nobilite station instead. We are in desperate need of a new navigator, but all our communication requests are still being ignored. I do not see how anything other than a personal visit from a woman of your stature can convince the representatives of the Navis Nobilite to break their silence. Yes, yes. I was gonna do that one next. I have a vault? What's in my vault? Nothing. Nothing is in my vault. I mean, I guess we can put the plot items in here. Bum, 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 bum. There's a clock in here. The ticking of the clock is too quiet for its bulky size. Link your account. What? Oh, if I... There's apparently drops for this game? I can get a hat? Wait, hold on. Shouldn't I get drops for streaming this game? It's just, are they active or not? Oh. I'm like, I want a hat. If it's not hideous, although, you know, hats in these games are always freaking horrible. What is that weird animal noise? Have you guys seen her huge ass bathroom? Look at this thing. She just has her own personal tub that's just like massive and has like a waterfall in it. Wait, what? The water's calming murmurs and the warm steam feel inexplicably deceptive. A moment of weakness and rest promises nothing but danger. It's a bathtub! Like, calm down. There's also, like, fruit and, like, candy and stuff. Like, you can take a bath. It's gonna be alright. How do I get to my, I do believe it may be time to stop soon. Probably before we get started going somewhere. I hate this thing. Can I like not zoom in and look at the stuff? Oh, I thought this guy was sweeping and I was like, this is the laziest sweeping I've ever seen. But he's censoring the floor or something.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
I want to know the truth about you.
The request is approved. I did conceal certain information. I was a student of Archmagos Amanat, but I committed an act of betrayal after he deviated from sacred dogma.
What did he do?
He fell into schism and challenged the sacred boundaries of knowledge. The blessed Amanat claimed the limits of what is permitted must be expanded, because by refusing to explore certain law, we find ourselves in contempt of the seventh universal law. Comprehension is the key to all things. My mentor put forth a thesis claiming that we have stagnated, that ritual is now nothing but a cage for souls and false worship of the Omnissiah. He sought to break the cycle
Tappy.
Repetition, because he saw the inevitable
Tappy.
demise of our faith
Tappy.
and all humanity at the end of it.
I mean, certain aspects of the Imperium have indeed ossified. His arguments sound reasonable.
This statement is false. My mentor's words sound like heresy. Limits were established because it is dangerous to venture beyond. Each step past them could lead to a bloody slaughter, but the blessed Amanat was not afraid.
How did you betray him?
The teachings of the blessed Amanat spread, and word of it reached the conclave of the Cognizance fleet. They recognized his teachings as tech heresy. Many tech priests suddenly vanished or were subjected to servo penance for minor transgressions. The students of Amanat, whose number included many enlightened and respected tech priests, resisted. My prognosis showed that our most likely future was a schism and a fratricidal war that would destroy the Cognizance fleet. That was when I headed to the Conclave.
To report and snitch?
I confessed and handed the information about my mentor's research over to the Conclave. Brazen anthematic studies of the Forbidden Law. The Conclave could use that data to summon Archmagos Amanat, to stand trial and compel him to repent on pain of excommunicate traitoris. His subsequent fate is unknown to me.
Why are these my only options? You're heartless, you're a loyal son to the Imperium, or I don't think I'll be able to trust you now.
I pray that the Omnissiah grants us wisdom to overcome the dialectic differences that divide us.
So why did you go to the planet to, like, look for him?
I was summoned there by a message that was encrypted with the blessed Amanat's personal code, and could it be interpreted in several ways. One thing was certain. We were in danger, and I had to go to Rycat Minoris.
So that Abel guy who was tortured and crucified in the thing, who was he?
I never met him, but I think he was a person of worth. The phrase that came from his lips indicates he was in contact with my mentor. I preserved his cortical implant and absorbed the information it contained. However, the large amounts of data memories are encoded with a cipher yet unfamiliar to me.
What are you gonna do?
I was wrong when I assumed it was the blessed Archmagos Amanat, who assumed the guise of Abel Haneman. But there is a connection between him and the Reverend Abel, and I intend to uncover the nature of this link.
Bum 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 bum.
Acknowledged. I will return to ruminating on the search for the blessed Amanat. May your labors be effective and fruitful.
I like him. I wish he had cooler combat powers though, because he's a little bit useless in combat. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to really do with him in combat, I guess.